XPS 13 Plus cleaner and faster than a MacBook. So, as you know, XPS 13 Plus has been launched, and there is a great hype about this gadget. So, today in this video, I will share a review of this laptop. According to my opinion, this is cleaner and faster than a MacBook. So, let's have a look at the review. And yes, do not forget to like, share, and comment on this video. And also subscribe to the channel. A few months in the past, Dell delivered the XPS 13 Plus, a dramatic refresh of its exceptionally famous XPS 13 lineup. The XPS 13 is one of the famous and most dependable 13-inch Windows laptops, being so famous as to basically be the Windows PC that dethroned the MacBook Air because of the high-quality, skinny, and mild 13-inch computer years in the past, and stimulated contemporaries like Microsoft Surface laptop and the HP Spectre line. Basically, the XPS 13 is the skinny and mild king, and converting it substantially as Dell has with the 13 Plus has been a lot criticized circulate because all people first noticed it, mainly because those adjustments consist of imposing a little bar-like deck in which the getaway and characteristic keys need to be, lowering the ports to simply Type-C ports, and eliminating the headphone jack. But here is the factor. That is the primary Windows PC that is definitively quicker than Apple's 13-inch MacBook Air and MacBook Pro. So now, we do not know what to make of this factor. But this is a fact that this laptop is faster than the Mac. Now, because the DevHOT video above shows, the machine's radical redecorate sincerely does look like Dell copied from Apple a bit, or is a minimum from Apple's layout ideas of minimalism and aesthetics. You cannot even see the trackpad in this issue. It is there, simply hidden below a Gorilla Glass 5 layer. But satirically, it appears a number of those adjustments are definitely a part of what makes this PC as speedy as it is. And it honestly is rapid. In reality, for its dimension and shape factor, this is probably the quickest gadget in the world proper now. Faster than Apple's competing MacBook Air and Pro 13-inch models, quicker than maximum further specs AMD PC, even though Asus Z13 Flow would possibly extrude that. And absolutely quicker than something from preceding years. It's to be had with Intel's Core i5 1240p, Core i7 1260p, Core i7 1270p, and Core i7 1280p. All the ones are essentially succeeding every different in electricity. However, here is the issue. The IFIT and the Access 1240p i7 are sufficient to wipe the ground with all people, which isn't always that sudden, honestly. This is a 14-center CPU with a few performance cores, as nicely so the 13 Plus can sincerely have a skinny and mild degree battery as properly. Now, even a headphone jack isn't always a part of that. This isn't always the primary Windows skinny and mild to take away the headphone jack, but it absolutely isn't always getting a pass from us both. The Linux Tech Tips video above is going into element to mention precisely why that is sincerely a problem. From Windows, nevertheless, archaic coping with Bluetooth to the drivers and precise dongles required to apply headphones in this PC. It's embarrassing, to mention the least, and might be worth a complete rant from me if I failed to recognize a part of the cause this turned into. The XPS 13 Plus is of the path very slim, and at the same time as Intel's new 12th gen processors are higher at dealing with warmth than preceding generations, they absolutely nevertheless want quite a few cooling. That's why all that area changed into use for the computer's warmth sink. Apple's MacBooks nevertheless have a massive benefit here, and in reality, have lots of higher batteries too. But at the energy front, the XPS is your fighter, and it turned into inclined to sacrifice plenty to get to that point. And at the very least, it is higher looking, with a greater screen, extra futuristic layout, or even upgrades in which Apple has failed with inside the past. And whilst this stunning little beast does test that field at the electricity front, it is missing in ease of use and accessibility. And we get why Dell made the sacrifices it did. However, if there is one issue we recognize regarding the tech, it's that designs get delicate and progressed. This way, at the same time as it is able to have been important to shave matters off for this model, Dell can probably place this sort of overall performance in something comparable to the final year's body, which means you get your headphone jack back or even an additional port. Not to say if Dell makes a decision now no longer to do this, a person like Microsoft or HP will probably step in and shape it instead. Not to say Lenovo, who type of specializes in skinny and mild. So we are able to simply wait and discover solace with inside the reality that Apple's own machines are not so unique anymore. Well, if it too would not kick all people to the reduce again. The Dell XPS 13 Plus has a 4-sided Infinity Edge 13 4-inch show acquainted to the XPS 13 line. However, Dell says that it decreased the variety of layers to enhance readability and decrease weight. During our short hands-on time, we determined the Plus OLED screen appeared brilliant and vibrant. You get various screen options, beginning with a Full HD 1920 x 1200 panel rated for 500 nits of brightness. The highest C shows include both a 13.4-inch 3.5K OLED 60Hz touchscreen rated for 400 nits of brightness and a 13.4-inch 4K LCD 60Hz show rated for 500 nits of brightness. The XPS 13 Plus additionally has a couple of Thunderbolt 4 USB-C ports, one on both sides. Dell consists of a USB-C to USB adapter with inside the field. Because it does on the bottom XPS 13, that is a pleasant touch. But in case you want extra ports, you may buy a multi-port hub. And if talk about the performance, then the Dell XPS 13 Plus has the 12th Gen Intel Core processor and may be configured with as much as a Core i7 CPU, 32 GB of RAM, and as much as 2 TB of SSD storage. This need to make the laptop a productiveness beast, even though it will battle to play maximum graphically extreme video games because of its included Intel Iris Xe graphics chipset. However, we might want to place the XPS 13 Plus via our battery of overall performance checks to look at what it is able to accomplish. So, overall this XPS 13 Plus is considered more reliable, cleaner, slimmer, and faster than the other laptops. So, this is it about this XPS 13 Plus. I hope you have liked this video. If yes, then make sure to like, share, and comment on this video. And also do not forget to subscribe to the channel. And yes, you can also check the links given in the description box for any other details.